What's up, guys? I'm Matt Harrigan. I know most of you that are watching this video right now have probably seen some of my other videos, but you've never actually seen my face, so here you go. Um, I'm probably not going to match the voice in most of my other videos, considering I'm like 14 in the other videos. But anyways, today I'm going to try to start up a video series. We'll see how much interest it gets and all that, but I encourage anybody to leave comments or suggestions or whatever. If you want to know more, or you have a particular topic you want me to talk about or anything, or just an opinion, I don't care, you tell me. But it's to help people that are looking to get into paintball. I want you guys to try to use this as a bit of a resource, because I had people that helped me when I was getting into paintball, and they were extremely helpful and just useful. I mean, great people. They taught me a lot, and they were very, very nice about it. And the thing is, not everybody has that option. So, you know, if you're on the internet or whatever, you happen to see this video, please by all means ask. But today I want to talk about a lot of the basic stuff. You gotta walk before you can run. I'm gonna get more in depth with these videos, but I'm gonna start it off slow. So the first thing I want to talk about is money and gear, and they tend to go hand in hand. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know about getting into paintball because of the money, and it can be a huge factor in most cases. And one of the big things is they don't know if they can afford it. A lot of hobbies are expensive. Unfortunately, paintball is one of those hobbies, but it doesn't have to be as expensive as some people throw it out to be. And the thing is, it depends a lot on the play style. Okay, so you have pump paintball, for instance. I see pump players go out there, and if you don't know what a pump player is, I'll explain it briefly. It's basically, you've got your electronic markers. You know, you pull the trigger and it shoots. Whereas your pump players, they gotta shoot, they gotta pump the gun, and then in order to shoot another ball. And so it's a lot slower. But the thing is you know, it's a different style of play, and a lot of people get really accurate with it because they're used to only having that one ball chance to hit somebody. Anyway, back to the point. If you're a pump player, you're typically going to shoot a lot less paint because you physically can't shoot nearly as fast as you would with, say, an electronic gun. It's a lot less expensive. I see pump players go out and play on a bag of paint for like maybe even a couple weeks. They could make it last way longer than that. I'm not saying they're limited to that, but I'm talking if you go out and play all day or whatever and just. So, anyways. Pump players, they'll go out, they'll pay their entry, they'll buy a bag of paint, and they'll play off that for as long as they want. Now, if you go with a mechanical marker, you're probably going to shoot a little bit faster because it's a semi-automatic gun, and typically younger kids, you'll get excited. I mean, you don't have to be young to get excited. Paintball's awesome. But, the better the gun, I don't want to say better the gun, the more advanced the gun, such as with electronics. I'm just going to say that because there's really no good wording for that. Basically, you've got your pumps. They're the slowest operating. Not to say that people can't shoot them fast, but you get a pump gun, typically you're going to shoot less. Mechanical, you're going to shoot more than that, and you go electronic, you can go fully automatic, 20 balls a second, or whatever your gun's capable of doing. But it's faster and it's more expensive. Now, some fields are very, very generous. They will help you. Say, like, I've played a field, I'm not going to name names or whatever, but I played at a field where they help out speedballers and they discount their prices because it's where most of their revenue comes from. So they're very helpful to the regulars, But most people that come to play, go play one time or whatever, if it's a annual thing, they don't nearly fund the field as much, and it's a lot easier for them to be able to afford that. Now, when you look into financials, obviously you have several things to think about, and most of that thinking you're going to have to do on your own. But if you do contact me, I will try to help with whatever I can. The good thing is that right now in paintball, it's extremely easy to get a nice paintball setup for not very much money. Before, it was not that easy to do that. The thing is, everything super expensive, and lately the resale price on everything's gone down so far because they got this super nice gear that's super expensive, everyone's buying it, and all of a sudden they come out with the next level of that same gear, and then they just keep doing that, and all that sudden that thing that was super nice and super expensive 3-4 years ago is now still super nice but not super expensive, and you can get that same stuff that was $250 for $40 now. Not saying that that's necessarily cheap, but for what it used to be, it's pretty nice. When you're getting into the sport, you got to have a few things. I mean, there's some absolute requirements there. You have to have obviously something to play with, and I'm a gun. You have to have a marker. You have your electronics, like I said, but full functionality wise, you got to get a loader tank, or not a. I'm sorry, this is an air tank. You got to get an air tank. You got to get a marker. Got to get a loader, and you have to have a barrel. You get a marker, you're going to have a barrel on it, but a lot of people tend to upgrade. I like my Super Freak. It was really pricey when I bought it. I'm not going to say it's the best idea in the world, but if you want to upgrade your barrel, go ahead. I mean, it'll increase your efficiency and your consistency. I can attribute to that. And you have to get a mask. Alright, so you got your mask, and you got your gun, loader, barrel, tank. You can play. You just need paint. And that's where the financial thing is the biggest part. But in order to play consistently, you have to have paint. Now, you can go and rent gear at almost any field that I know of. They pretty much almost always have gear. So if you just play every now and again, you know, and you just rent gear, pay for entry, pay for your paint, you'll be fine. But if you want to really get into it and get your own gear, then you're going to have to put a hefty sum into, well, not necessarily a hefty sum, but you're going to have to put a good amount of cash into something that you can use that's not going to break immediately. But like I said, with the way the price has dropped on a lot of things, this used to be, I think, $13.50 in 2013, I think. And now you could probably find these on PB Nation for easily under $500, which, I mean, for me, it's like, you know, but that's the way things work. And, I mean, that's how it is with paintball. That's how it is with a lot of things. You know, the prices drop on stuff. They come out with newer versions, newer models, everything else degrades. It's not terrible. I mean, it's very, very helpful for people who are getting into the sport. They're new to it, and they're looking for something good at a low price. It's fantastic. I don't plan on getting rid of this gun for a long time, so I'm not upset that I bought it. But, you know, you're getting into the sport. If you go and you rent your equipment, that's fine. You can do that. A lot of people don't like rental guns. Personally, I mean, I don't like rental guns because I get really attached to my guns. And once I get attached to them, I don't want to use anything else. It's just personal preference. But, you know, if you do that, you go and you buy your stuff. You put down that down payment or whatever, you get your stuff, you have it. It's there. It's there for you to use whenever, you know. If you happen to have something, a problem with it, I can guarantee you 90% of the time the company you bought it from is willing to take it in and fix it for free. I mean, a lot of paintball companies have super good customer support, so you're good in that area. Planet Eclipse, for instance, they have awesome customer service. Sorry if my voice is starting to waver. It's kind of chilly out here. But anyways, yeah, so, you know, boiling it all down, financials, it's really important. You have to look into it before you even think about getting into paintball. You know, obviously, I mean, if you just went and played one time and rented equipment and now you're looking at this video thinking about, you know, it's great. It's an awesome sport. It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my entire life, if not the most fun thing. You know, football, that's the only sport that I ever really played. I used to play baseball, but football, I just got done playing my senior year of football. I'm not going to play football anymore. Paintball I can play for the rest of my life. It's awesome. But, you know, if you go out and buy your own equipment, like I said, you put down that little down payment, you got your stuff, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to pay the upkeeper on it or whatever. Paint, you're always going to have to continue buying. You can't reuse your paint. And if you go and get reballs, which you can look that up, you can Google it, then, you know, it's a whole different story. But, you know, you get your mask. That's a huge thing. I mean, you can even go, you know, just buy a mask, use rental equipment, everything else. Because a mask, you know, typically they'll fog up or whatever. Get a good mask. That's number one. If you guys want me to go into depth with these other videos, please, like I said, leave a comment. Ask me anything. I'll do the best I can to help with whatever I can. You know, I'm not a veteran in this sport. I'm still fairly new to it, so I know what it's like getting into it, and I know how helpful it is when other people are willing to tell you stuff that you don't know, that they've been around for a while. So, you know, please feel free to contact me if you need anything. I hope you guys got something useful out of this. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.